you like me now?
Thank you for tuning in to Two Heels and a Face podcast. We are on our path to AAW, which is Path to Redemption. I am in the car with Charlie. Charlie's driving, kind of holding the phone here. We're recording on the go. Charlie, how's it going?
It's going. We're on the path to redemption. AAW is redeeming themselves because we are finally going to see Mil Muertes.
Right, Mil Muertes. So, do you know the full card here? Or I wrote a few matches that I've seen on Twitter and in the tweet pics or whatnot. What are the ones that you know off the top of your head?
Not a ton. I mean, I know that they're bringing in a guy or maybe a few guys that I've only seen either on Dreamwave card. I've never seen a Dreamwave show, RIP, but on Dreamwave cards or at Blitz. So I feel like they're bringing in some more central Illinois guys like Brubaker.
Oh, okay.
Brubaker I've watched at Blitz before, so I know that he's in a match with. It looks like one of the members of. What's that tag team called? Zero Gravity?
Oh, that's right. Esparza.
Yeah, Esparza.
So the funny thing about Esparza, if I follow him on Twitter or whatnot, I was seeing that he's making the show here in Lasalle.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a show in Midlothian. I'm from Midlothian. That literally is like a few blocks from me. And initially, before knowing that I was going to come to this, I'm like, I might just go check that out.
Okay.
Because it's a local show. It's, I could go, I walked there, whatever.
What's the promotion?
I don't know the promotion, but since they know I'm in Midlothian, I get, sponsored tweets and Facebook posts.
Right.
So I've seen one of their shows before that also matched up with an AAW show, so I didn't go to that. I know they've done shows out of Markham as well.
Okay.
And I think they brought Del Rio and MVP last time. So I'm like, all right, I'll go check them out. And before knowing that I was going up here, anyway, so Esparza, I saw that he said he was gonna make both shows. I don't know how he's gonna do that. Like either he opens in one and closes in the other one or something.
He has to.
I mean, because as soon as his match is over, he has to drive out to the next one.
Right.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I did not write that match down here on the ones that I saw, but I did see that he was gonna try to make both shows, which I like. That's right there, like knowing that he's gonna wrestle, a couple streets from your house, and then he's gonna make the drive that you're making right now to the Path to Redemption. So, and I'm a huge mark for them. They were one of the main tag teams that was at AEW when I started going. And like Carla has a shirt of them. Like she's been asking, like, hey, do you know if they're coming back? I'm like, I don't know.
Who's the other guy? What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Okay.
I know Esparza just because I've seen the tweets or whatnot.
Right.
But both of these guys are. Have you seen them before?
I've seen Zero Gravity before.
Yeah.
I saw him at Blitz, and I've seen him. I've only been to one Blitz show. Saw him at Blitz, and I know I've seen him at AEW before. So yeah, they're high flying. They do a lot of stuff in the air, which is cool, and they both are around the same height. They almost look like twins.
Yeah.
Unless you really stare at them, but they're a good opener, good opening tag team.
Yeah.
Enjoy their stuff.
I like their feud versus what were the names of the long bearded guys?
Hooligans.
The Hooligans. I like the both. Very different styles.
Yeah.
And I really like that. But all right, so I have here Elgin versus Daaga.
Yes, La Rebellion.
Yes.
I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah, La Rebellion. Daaga's coming to AEW. I don't know if this is his first AEW show. I feel like he probably did a previous one, same here in LaSalle. But
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty cool that they're bringing him here, and I don't know if the Rebellion has anything to do with it, but but also he's also an independent guy, right? So that's cool that he made his way over here. I have OI4K versus Phoenix and Fox. And this is for the title. This is for the tag team titles. What's your take on that?
Do you know where Penta is? That's the first question that comes to mind.
I know he's at a different show tonight.
A different show?
Yeah, he won't. I don't think he's here tonight.
I don't think titles are going to change.
Right.
Just because I think if they would be, if it was Phoenix and Penta, just because they're doing the Lucha Brothers thing right now, it's a good tag team to put together. I'm sure these guys have great chemistry with each other. So, I mean, it's going to be an awesome match.
Right. Like, from a match standpoint, I think it's going to be great. I don't know how, going back to, like, I don't know if there's a promo that's going to happen. We talked about this previously. Or, like, how are they going to tie this? Or is this one of those, put them together because, they're going to give you a great, wrestling match.
Yeah.
And then I have Chucky T, Chuck Taylor versus Daniels. Does he have a second name or a middle something?
I think his first name is Alex, right?
Alex Daniels?
Yeah. I've never seen him before.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. I can't speak much on him.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's against Chucky T, which I'm sure, they'll be up to par, and I'm hoping for a good match. I don't know much about Daniels, which, hopefully I'll learn more about him today. Then we got Hardcore Holly versus Mil Muertes, right? We were just talking about how, that Mil Muertes was supposed to do his AAW debut back in Bourbon Street.
Right.
That didn't happen. And last time he was advertised with Katrina. So unfortunately...
Oh, shit. We missed an exit. Did you know that?
No!
That's fine. We were talking. Continue.
All right.
We're never going to get there.
So far we've missed 2 exits. That added an extra...
We're not great multitaskers. not great multitaskers. But we're doing it for you. We're doing it for the people, for the fans out there. No one's done a podcast in a car before. We're revolutionizing the game. Let's go. All right, continue.
All right. Well, I think some people have tried, and this is why it doesn't happen often.
That's why it doesn't work, because you missed your exit. Thank God I noticed, right?
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. So this will be able to get back in right away.
Yeah,
okay.
we'll be able to get back on right away.
All right.
Just kept going.
In preparation to this, we did tweet out that we were gonna try to record on the go, and to ask us some questions. I got some people asking me a few questions. I think we got some at the in the 2 heels and a face Twitter account as well. I don't know if you got on your own any topics that you were requested for, Charlie at Chuck_Colorado.
No.
But then again, but first things first, right? Everybody's talking about it, and I feel like I'm the only one who was not impressed or shocked by. But that was because I wasn't really paying attention. I had Raw in the background. And I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but the big broken ring, RIP the ref.
Yeah. You were okay. What were your thoughts on it?
So for me, as soon as I saw them going up there, I'm like, okay, this is happening. Last time they did this, I believe, they were like, oh, let's reinforce the ring. And I don't know if I heard any of that reinforcing the ring type stuff. A lot of people say like, oh, they didn't have the LED display on the ring and that gave it away. I didn't pay attention to that because I wasn't paying close attention to the show. Right. But once I saw them go into the turnbuckle, I knew it was happening, and I wasn't shocked, or I wasn't in like, holy shit. Retrospective and after, chatting with some people about it, it's like, well, bro, like, take it into consideration. Like, there's this, new generation that never experienced that. And for them, it was a holy shit moment.
Yeah. I think it helps Braun. I think Braun is doing really, really well right now. A lot of people are on Team Braun. #Raw is Braun. And he's benefiting from everyone hating Roman Reigns. But I think it's smart of WWE to kind of put him against Reigns if you want Braun to get over. And he just released a shirt. I know a lot of people, I saw some people tweeting about that and buying that.
So I like the shirts, but there's always something that I don't like. When I see the shirt, I'm like, I like it, but then for some reason I never pay attention to the back, and there's something in the back, and usually that puts me off sometimes. But like I don't know, I'm in a hiatus for shirts right now. So I'm stepping away from the shirt game.
Are you cold turkey?
No,
cold turkey
no,
shirts?
I'll probably get a shirt tonight.
You're probably okay. So you're just weaning? Are you weaning yourself off like little by little?
Yeah.
Okay. I probably enabled you because I recently posted in our Two Heels and a Face Facebook discussion group that WWE had $15 shirts for sale. Did that trigger you? It
did.
Okay.
And they also do the Fridays $5 shirts. Like there's some shirts that they put on clearance for $5. But then again, I'm not a big WWE shopper.
Yeah, that's true. You're more an indie merch table shopper, correct?
Right. But if I see a good deal, I'm tempted. So right now I started. One of my buddies, Alan, he got me my first Funko Pop, WWE Funko Pop.
Who'd you get?
I think he got it to me. He got it for me years ago, probably 2 years ago. He got me probably the Undertaker or Ric Flair for Christmas, and I told him like, bro, like you're starting something, and like I'm gonna want to start collecting them all, and so I refrained from buying a lot of them. And slowly but surely, like he kept giving them as Christmas presents or as birthday presents. So I ended up with like 3 or 4.
Okay.
And I ended up, WrestleMania season, was here, and went to Walgreens, and I saw Shawn Michaels. I'm like, oh, Shawn Michaels, that's a good buy.
Yeah.
So I bought Shawn Michaels, and then, like basically right now I have like probably, I think it's 10 or 15.
Oh shit.
So that grew rapidly.
It did.
So I'm gonna go to C2E2 tomorrow, and for the longest I'm like, if I want to start this, I want to get CM Punk.
Do they have one of CM Punk?
They do.
Okay.
But it's $100 because it's all resales. Like they stopped making them. So it's like either eBay or an Amazon, store or whatever.
How much are they usually?
Funko Pops are $10.
Oh shit! No wonder why a lot of people. I was expecting them just because.
Well, it all depends on the rarity of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's some that are like 20, 36.
Okay.
I scored a cane for $7 at Target.
I saw that one.
So that was a good buy and I had seen it on Amazon for 18. I don't know if that's how much they go for. But I was trying to get the CM Punk. Carla would not approve that buy of $100. I'm like, Carla, I could get it. I'm gonna go to EC2E, so I'm gonna see him, get it signed, autographed. She's like, no, chill out. You already did enough. So, but yeah, I'm winning off of my wrestling spending spree.
What if you bought 2 and then turned one over to make up for the purchase of one?
What do you mean? Bought 2 and get both autographed and sell one over?
Right. Buy 2, you get one autograph. Now the price goes from like $100 to, I don't know. You could probably sell it for maybe another $100, $200 because it's autographed or or like
that makes me feel dirty, bro. Like I don't know. Like I'm not into like buying shit so I could sell shit. Just because I don't know, it makes me feel weird. I don't know why.
I can hear that. It was more so a justification.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But my boy Miguel, he's there for all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
He actually told me yesterday that he hooked me up with AJ Lee's book because she was only there going to be on Friday. And he's like, I know you like wrestling, and so her line was a good 30-minute wait, but I did that, and I got you a book. So that's cool. And a lot of people in the book a lot of people are saying it's good. So pick it up, read it, see what's it about. But I don't know how we ended up in this topic. We started with the broken ring.
Yes, the broken ring.
So did you watch it live?
No. So don't judge me for this, but I never watch Raw live. Or SmackDown, really. I do YouTube recaps all the time. Because I try to work on other projects, like on weekday nights, especially Monday, Tuesday. By the time it's getting to like Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, that's when I I watch wrestling or I do like personal things, video games, etc. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursday.
I know this week you watched the Okada match, I think?
I watched the Okada match one night, yes. Shabana versus Okada. And let me tell you, I have never... I think I almost broke off a piece of my tooth when I cringed so hard at the headbutt that he gave, that Shabana gave. I don't know I don't know the updated status on him. So it's been probably a couple weeks since he had this match. But I know that he had a subdural hematoma, which is, I think, a very technical word for bleeding in the brain.
Yikes.
And to the point where, and I think he had surgery to the point where he may never wrestle again. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and it was, you know what's funny is that the match didn't even need the headbutt. It was the hardest headbutt, Chris, I've ever heard in a wrestling ring. It was just a thud that echoed throughout the entire arena that they were at, and the match was great without the headbutt. And I didn't know exactly what caused the bleeding in the head, but because they were doing just a lot of stiff forearms, and Shabana makes those look really, really good, better than Okada. The match actually had a ton of storytelling into it. I could go on forever, but they were doing all these stiff forearms, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what caused this damage to his head? And then all of a sudden, this thud headbutt comes, and he cut himself too on his head. So like after he does it, blood starts dripping down his head, and I'm just like, I cringed in my bed so hard, I like shook the bed, and Margaret, my girlfriend, was like laying next to me asleep, and I like woke her up with my cringe, basically, because it was so deadly, and I was just like, yep, that was it. And the match was fantastic, amazing. I can give you my login to watch it when you have some time tomorrow, but it was insanity.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch the full match. I've watched a few highlights here and there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems pretty, stiff, strong style, whatever, brutal, fucking just. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it, but I want to see the full match. I have not seen that.
Yeah, a lot of good story. Japan I watched a couple Wrestle Kingdom matches, and then that match, and every single match they do a really, really good job of storytelling, especially the announcers too. So it's fun. It's ironic because they don't speak the same language that I speak, but you don't need to speak English to tell a story. So it's funny because when I look at it, that pay-per-view, and I compare it to probably a B pay-per-view for WWE, the Japanese one, I feel like I'm being told a better story in a Japanese ring than in an American English ring. So that's just ironic in that sense. But it's like I need to watch more New Japan, 100%.
It's too much wrestling, bro. But
I know, it's a lot.
So Jinder Mahal.
Yep.
What was your first reaction when you heard? Because I don't know if you heard before you watched or when you watched him winning that number one contenders match. What was your initial thought? Like, was it what the hell? Like, or?
It didn't surprise me just because you can, like, Jinder turned himself into a Vince guy with that body remake. So, like, guys, it's never gonna change unless Vince gives up the helms. Like, it's never gonna, unless Vince gives up the reins, pun, but it's never going to fully change. So, like, I think we should just be patient, because I think when Trips takes over for good, then wrestling is going to be the best that it has ever been. That's just a prediction of mine.
WWE wrestling.
WWE wrestling, yes. As a whole, like, if you factor in every single promotion, it might be the best, the deepest wrestling's ever been right now in terms of, like, talent from the indies to WWE. But I wasn't surprised just because Jinder's body, and also I think we should give it a shot. I think we should be open to it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So
right, because we're always talking about how, like, give somebody a shot. Like, the same guys get put over. Roman's getting the big push. Like, Jinder, it's Jinder, and you didn't expect it. Like, if you were gonna tell me after losing the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, like that he was going to be a number one contender a few weeks later. Like, I didn't see that coming.
Well, I don't think anyone expected him to be a finalist in that. So that's what kind of like made me think that he has a chance, is because he was getting that amount of attention, even though he lost. That made me think he has a chance.
So to compare it to another occasion, I think, and it was probably, I don't know, I could be wrong if it was last year or not, or a few months ago, where we had Big Cass in a 4-way also for the number one contender. Do you remember this?
That was for the Universal title. It was Owens, Cass, Reigns, and Seth, right?
Is that, I don't know. Was that the match when Owens wins the Universal?
Yeah, that's the match. Mm-hmm.
Well, I really like the fact that they had given Big Cass the chance, right? Because you got to see him shine a little bit on his own.
Yeah.
Because he's always Enzo, you know, being the smaller guy, he still overshadows Big Cass. And I like that they did that in that match. And this match reminded me of that after Mahal wins and gets the number one contender. I don't know how to feel about, like, it's cool. Like, I want him to be a heel.
Yeah.
So we'll see where this goes, because, as you know, I was a little excited about him. Like, it's a new guy or whatever, but everybody's shitting on the fact that he's gonna be the main event of Backlash. And in some Facebook groups that I'm a part of, it's like, oh, does this, you know, set you back on buying your tickets? Because we're going, like, it's gonna be here in Chicago.
Yep.
So is that a disappointment? I'm like, no, the card is stacked as it is. Like,
do you know what matches are set for that?
The matches that are set for that, I think right now we're gonna get Shinsuke versus Ziggler, and I think that's gonna be a good match just because Ziggler sells the crap out of. Yeah, he's gonna sell the crap out of those kicks.
Right.
I think the women's match, it's Naomi versus Charlotte.
Okay.
I'm afraid Naomi's gonna lose it because they're so over on Charlotte.
I think she's definitely losing.
I really like Naomi, bro. I really like her having the title, and I want to see a woman keep that title and have a reign with it. Like, I don't want this back and forth stuff again that we just had on Raw with Charlotte, right? Like, the title has been bouncing around on Raw. Like, Alexa held it for a good while and lost it to Naomi. Naomi keeps the title, ends up winning the title back now, and I want to see her run with the title for a bit, and have a feud against Charlotte. But that doesn't mean that Charlotte needs to win this match. But yes, that's what I want. What I feel is going to happen is that we're going to have a new women's champion that night. Yep.
I think Charlotte's going to have a long reign with it. It just makes sense. I don't know. Nothing against Naomi. I think Charlotte is just much more of an intriguing champion.
It's cool. So one thing that I can't get, like, I've accepted it, but ever since NXT, a lot of people are saying she's good at the mic. I don't know if she's that good on the mic. Like,
who, Charlotte or
Charlotte?
Okay.
Like, or her cadence is what I can't get behind on. It's very, and Sarah Shockey might have something to do with that. but still, that's even prior to listening to Marty and Sarah. Like, prior to that, I've never been able to get behind her cadence. So
AJ versus Owens too.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so the card is really good, in my opinion. So I know we're gonna enjoy it. I think it'll be great. SmackDown, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens in the shakeup. Who SmackDown gets or doesn't get, they're going to make their roster better. If it's the same writers, they're gonna make the roster better. I think SmackDown still, if a year from now in 2018 we're gonna look at 2017, I still think SmackDown has a better year.
But this pay-per-view, to me, or the special event, whatever they call it, Backlash, to me, it's something that I could just go watch as a wrestling fan without having, it's like we talk about NXT. We watch these NXT takeovers, and we don't have to watch NXT every week to really enjoy the NXT takeovers.
True.
Like, there's no storyline that we need to follow. Like, they'll give us packages that will help us tie the knot, into the feud or whatnot. But in reality, we could just watch the NXT takeovers and enjoy them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this Backlash pay-per-view, and I don't know if I'm being biased because I'm going to go and it's here in Chicago and whatever, but I don't think I need story, like, based on what we just did, breaking down figuring out what matches are already signed for that, I don't need a storyline. I know I'm going to get good wrestling.
Right. The talent, yes, exactly. So the talent and the combinations that they put together don't even really need a storyline, and it's going to be a storyline leading up to it, and it's going to be really good just because of raw talent. So I'd agree with that.
Yep. And so talking about NXT and takeovers or whatnot, did you see that this week in an NXT recording, Candice LeRae made her debut?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's if she's signed or this is a tryout or
and she's
whatnot.
She's going to be there tonight, right? Candice and
that's right.
Veda Scott, I think, tonight in LaSalle. Yeah,
that's right. And I was always rooting for Candice. It didn't make sense that she wasn't making it to NXT, but there's other factors aside of NXT might have wanted her back when they also picked up Gargano. Who knows? But I don't know. I was excited to see that she got a shot there.
Yeah, and she deserves it 100%. She has the look. She has, they're recruiting wrestlers now. With it's a different time. Like in the past, they would recruit models who were athletic and turn them into wrestlers. Now they're recruiting wrestlers. So you have to be good in the ring and look okay, or have some kind of sex appeal to you. It doesn't have. Candice LeRae has the blonde girl next door, right look. Heidi Lovelace does not, but she's still sexy in her own way. So, but the thing that ties both of those together is they can work in the ring. So you got to be good in the ring, and have some sort of distinct look, because that's what they're recruiting for now. It's not going to be. They're not dressing up Barbie dolls as wrestlers. They're dressing up wrestlers as wrestlers. So it's just a different time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Kimberly also did her debut, but she's officially signed, obviously. And they're using apparently her real name as her in-ring name. Did you hear that?
What's her real name?
I can't remember. It's Kimber something. Frankly, I think.
Her first name is Kimber? Okay.
Kimberly.
Or first name is Kimberly.
Kimberly, yeah. But I don't know. It's I forget the name that they're using, but I just know I heard that they were using her actual legit name as an in-ring name, which that was interesting. Bro, somebody had tweeted this earlier today that I saw. So did you know that Big E has the power to marry people?
He's a priest or no,
not a priest.
That's not it. Minister, certified minister.
Yeah. Apparently he married a couple in LA.
Okay.
And I thought that was hilarious. Like when I saw the picture of him, they're just in the back, and then the couple. Apparently this couple, obviously, was a big wrestling couple. Like big fans, no wrestling.
So did they know Big E, or did they book Big E to be there?
I don't know. I don't know. I just saw the picture and I read a little bit about it, and it was like Big E closed it with, and I even wrote down the quote because I thought it was hilarious. Okay. He closed it down with like, "Put your hands together and clap for your, your famous newlyweds, and feel the power of love." And I was like, okay, Big E, maybe he has a future in that. They're not on TV a lot right now because of Kofi, so he might be marrying people. If you're into getting married soon, try to book Big E. I don't know how that happens.
That's the retirement plan?
I guess. Because he comes from a family of a church family too.
Okay. That makes sense. He's got that preacher voice, so. And
they try to make him use the preacher voice for a while. Remember that?
As a preacher or no?
Not a full-on preacher, but with the New Day, I think, or before the New Day, when they were trying to figure out what to do with him, he would have used the preacher voice.
Okay.
Also, like side note on Lucha, Sexy Star is making her in-ring debut as a boxer tonight.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, like I know after she left AAA and all that, because there was a big...
How many people left AAA?
AAA, people are leaving, but the people that are staying, I mean, It's enough for them to carry the promotion.
Okay.
In triple, what do they call it? Triple Mania. That's their WrestleMania.
Right.
It's coming up, and that's gonna be. I don't know if you know these guys. Psycho Clown. He's pretty big apparently. He's one of the new wave wrestlers, kind of along with the when Pentagon started type of thing.
Okay.
And he's facing Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a mask versus mask match.
Oh shit.
So it's interesting to see. I doubt that Dr. Wagner is somebody that we've known. He's a legend, like, you know, in Mexico and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
So I doubt he'll lose the mask. But it's also doubtful that this new guy, or I'm calling him new. He's been here for several years, but for me, he's a new guy.
Okay.
And he's pretty hot. So, and I think Psycho Clown is working babyface, and Dr. Wagner is the heel. So we'll see how that goes down. But Sexy Star, yeah, she's been training to be a boxer. Her husband is a boxer, and when she left, she started, you know, training to be a boxer, and now she's finally doing her boxing debut tonight. So hopefully she does well. You know, who knows? I'll probably try to, you know, look for that match or that, you know, that boxing match later on.
That's interesting.
Let's see. And the last note that I have here is that Phoenix and Pentagon both posted this week that they're celebrating their 11th year as professional wrestlers.
Okay.
So, you know, you see that they posted a picture with their previous personas, with their previous characters before being Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. and Penta and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's nice to see these guys, like, they've come a long way. And 11 years is not a lot, you know? Like, they've made main event status, I think. Even if it's in the indies or whatnot, you know? I don't know if we'll ever see them in WWE. I don't know what the politics are behind that, and we know how they treat luchadors. They get dumped into dumpsters.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, these guys, I'm behind them 100%, and I'm glad that they're you know, accomplishing goals and collecting championships. So shout out to them.
Have they held AAA's main title? Have they been in that scene before?
I am not sure about Phoenix.
Okay.
But I know Pentagon has. When Pentagon was with Perros del Mal, like, I know he held several titles. He also held like a tag team title with Sexy Star.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know much about Phoenix's AAA run as much as I know about Pentagon's.
Yeah. So who is the luchador that is there a different name for a male luchador and a female luchador?
Luchador and luchadora.
Who is the luchadora who is Callisto's date for the Hall of Fame ceremony?
She's not, bro. So I've heard this several times, and a lot of people thought it was Sexy Star.
A lot of people thought it was Sexy Star.
And no, like he said it at the Hall of Fame 2 years ago. I don't know if you know, Callisto's from Chicago.
I do.
He went to Curie High School, which I found that out.
Cary Grove?
No, Curie High School is on Archer and Pulaski.
Oh, okay.
And I'm, you know, around that neighborhood or whatever.
Right.
So I was like, oh, he's from whatever. Anyway, so his wife, I don't know who his wife is. I don't think his wife is a luchadora. She's just, he when they talked about going to the Hall of Fame and all this stuff, she got a mask made, you know, a custom mask made for her as his, because it's his wife. So
okay.
It was based off on his mask design and everything. So she's not in the business. She's just his wife, wears some masks.
That's cool.
And it's interesting because I also have seen that, you know, other WWE wrestlers, when they're hanging around with them, they'll put like a mask emoji over both of them, so you would never know who the wife is.
Nice.
So I think that's pretty cool. Like, but yeah,
she's mysterious. Very
yeah.
mysterious.
And it's funny because sometimes, so I started following Callisto, and by default I ended up following her as well. And they'll put Instagram posts or whatnot, like sometimes, and I'm like, oh shit, I know where that's at, like, because it's around the neighborhoods that I've been.
Does he still? Does he have a house around here?
I don't know where his house is.
Chicago.
Yeah, I think they're stationed here in Chicago. I could be wrong, but there's times that they come to Chicago and I'm able to identify the areas that they're hanging out in.
Right.
I'll be a creep if I like, oh, let me go over there. You know?
It almost seems so pointless to have a house as a wrestler. You know, I mean,
but they have to have a station, right?
Right.
Like, where are you gonna keep, certain things? And
that's true. Yeah, not pointless, but they just don't.
It's complicated.
You don't. I almost just like buy
storage.
Yeah, or like an apartment. I don't know. Like, I couldn't picture myself getting a big house and then just never being there. I'm not saying their house is big, but I'd probably get myself like a Daniel Bryan apartment that he has in like Total Divas, where it's like it's just enough, but it's not.
Bro, he has a house.
Those episodes I saw, he was just an apartment, wasn't he, with Brie, or like a condo? I think I'm thinking of a condo.
You're probably thinking of these like that, and so I know a lot about these Total Bellas, Total Divas,
Right.
No, they have a house. They with the Total Bellas, they were living at Cena's house in the guest house.
Yeah.
So, but right now, I guess I didn't watch the early on episodes or whatnot, but I know they have a house in Seattle. It's a really nice house. It's a small house, but I love the decor.
And it makes sense for a GM. I'm just saying that how much time is actually spent at the house? Probably not a ton over the course of a year,
Right, but Brie's pregnant, bro. She's about to pop anytime soon. And
who, Callisto's wife?
No. I thought you were talking about Brian still.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's got a little bit of a lighter schedule, so it makes sense for him.
And his wife doesn't travel with him all the time.
Right.
Like for example, Chomp before signing to NXT or whatnot, at a Blitz show, we had a lengthy conversation where he was saying he just bought a house, like 2-3 years ago or whatnot. Like he wasn't gonna move his whole family when they just bought a house and everything.
Right.
So I think right now it's him and Gargano living together, right? And that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
In Orlando.
Right.
So yeah.
We are 17 miles away. Trip update: 17 miles away from the Knights of Columbus. There's some roadkill we just passed. That looked like a coyote.
Bro, so funny story. Yesterday, so in the back of my parents' backyard, every year there's a bunny that goes and they live little, they make their hole and they give birth to their bunnies or whatnot.
Okay.
My parents have dogs. They're little dogs, but apparently yesterday, like the bunnies were barely opening up their eyes and trying to get out of the hole. The mom was there.
Yeah.
And the dogs chased the mom away. So she left one of the bunnies behind. And, Mom, it was a little cold. So my mom was like, oh, what should I do? I'm like, just leave it there. It's fine. Like, the mom's going to come. Bro, before I knew it, because my mom takes care of my daughter during the day as Carla goes to work or whatnot.
Yep.
Carla goes to pick up my daughter. And when they get home, Carla has a box with the bunny. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
Like, no, like, this is not right.
Oh,
like,
no.
It's like, well, it was really cold and your mom had it inside the house. I'm like, no, like, these are wild bunnies. Like, they're not going to eat you. But first of all, it's illegal. And second of all, like, the mom is going to come back. We're driving back to my parents. And,
right.
And, it's about an hour away. So we drive back. We leave the bunny. Everything is fine. But my mom was like, no, what's going to happen? Like, it'll be fine. Like, I promise you. Like, so they had me Googling all night, like, what was going to happen to the damn bunny.
Oh, my gosh.
But, yeah, roadkill is not good. And unfortunately, that made me think of the bunnies.
The roadkill. So, what are your expectations going into LaSalle? I've never been.
So,
what are you expecting?
So, there's some... So, I've heard... I listened to... I can't even pronounce it. It's exponential. Fuck, I'm sorry, I'm butchering that one. But anyway, there's a podcast. Exponential podcast, I think it's called. It's
I'd have to.
Anyway, yeah, I have to look at the word too. Anyway, I listened to him. It's this guy and his wife, I believe. Yeah, it's his wife. And they they have made they live in, I think, in the Springfield area, and they come to AAW shows.
Okay.
And Lasalle is closer, so they've been going to the Lasalle show. They cover a lot of Lucha Underground too, so they've said that it's smaller than Berwyn, which I don't know if you can get any smaller than Berwyn.
Okay.
They said that beer is cheap, so it's good.
Okay. Positive.
And I mean, and it's an AEW show, so they're like, we're super happy, like, can't get any better than this.
Yeah, it has to be better than Dreamwave, I would think.
I mean, I've never been to a Dreamwave or watched the Dreamwave shows that are in the archive somewhere.
The archives.
But yeah, like I think, we're gonna get good in-ring wrestling action. We'll have to see. Like I didn't see a sellout, so I know they had a few tickets still at the door. So we'll see. What capacity is there like?
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see Candice there. I know she's gonna be there. I'm glad to see Mil Muertes. It's nice to see a WWE legend like Hardcore Holly, but
yeah, I think that if you look at old Dreamwave cards before they went defunct, Dreamwave would always bring in a legend.
A legend, yeah.
Dreamwave would always bring in a legend. So I think that strategically they brought in a legend. Now he's going to wrestle, which is cool. They're bringing in a legend.
Because last time they had Val Venus, right?
Did they?
Yeah, they had Val Venus.
Okay.
I think he was just doing the autograph signing, meet and greet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, exactly. And I know they've had Hart recently, Angle. They've had Mike. I think their last show was Shawn Michaels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
AEW had Shawn Michaels or Dreamwave?
Dreamwave.
Oh,
Dreamwave.
okay.
I'm talking Dreamwave. This is all the people they brought in. So it makes sense for them to do that because that's probably what the locals have been used to, right? And has drawn the locals for LaSalle is to bring in those legends. Or maybe not. Maybe, because Dreamwave is defunct, so maybe that was their down. I don't know why they went defunct. But what I'm trying to say is bringing in guys like Brubaker.
Kind of still carry that old crowd into the new crowd.
Exactly.
Like make that bridge between you were getting legends. Let's bring a legend, but let's also show you that there's good local wrestlers and that this promotion is different. A little, it's wrestling redefined.
And then also, if you've noticed, that the prices are lower. So I think all the things that they're doing with the card are smart. Because exactly like this.
So what was your right now that you mentioned ticket prices?
Yeah.
When we were at Joe's Bar in Rosemont, they released tickets for the next 2 or 3 shows, AAW shows.
By Chicago?
Yeah, over in Chicago.
Okay.
And obviously, I think they had these LaSalle tickets up for grabs too. But they've done that, but they've done ticket sales for the next show, not 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah.
And this time they were selling 2 upcoming events. How do you feel about that? To me, it was like, it was just painful because I'm like, I want to go, but you're selling them now. I don't want them to be sold out. And actually, during the week, I saw a tweet for the May 6th event. It's like, make sure you get them. We're running out. True or not, good marketing plot,
Yeah.
It brought up the conversation at home again. Like, hey, it's May 6th. So the big battle right now is, what do we do? Do we go to AAW or do we stay home? Or not home. We go to probably Pedro's house, one of my buddies, and watch the boxing match because it's Cinco de Mayo. During Cinco de Mayo, there's always a big boxing match with a Mexican boxer.
Okay.
Mayweather loves having Cinco de Mayo matches because that's when he makes most of his money.
Wait, time out. Is that boxing match in Vegas?
I don't know where this match is going to be.
Okay, because I'm going to be in Vegas that weekend. Is the guy's last name Chavez?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to be in Vegas so I'm not going to that AAW show, but I'm going to be in Vegas that weekend, and my buddy tossed around the idea of actually going to that boxing match.
Yeah, it's Canelo versus Chavez.
Yeah, it's Canelo versus Chavez. So I don't follow boxing, but I would go because you're in Vegas and you want to try different things. So I don't know. I think ticket prices are high, but I'd have to compare it to. You're going to spend money in Vegas either way. So what do you want to spend money on? A boxing match.
One in a lifetime experience.
Right.
Bro.
Exactly. So.
And this is I don't know if you know Chavez. So this is Chavez Jr.
Okay.
Chavez's dad it's a big name in the boxing industry.
Chavez Senior.
Senior, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. He has more winning. Like I don't know what Mayweather's winning streak is right now. Like because he's undefeated for X amount of fights.
But he's done, right?
That's what he says.
Okay,
but
yeah.
you know, it's all about the money.
Correct.
He'll come back eventually. I think. I mean, wasn't he talking about fighting UFC Conor?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he was ever sold on that. I don't know. I think McGregor would do it. I don't know if Mayweather
McGregor, not Conor McGregor. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It's all about the Benjamins. I would love to see, actually, a lot of people probably wouldn't, but I would love to see a worked match between Mayweather and McGregor. Just, I mean, I don't understand how you have an MMA fighter and a boxing fighter face off and have their weights around the same and have the rule. Like, what are the rules in that? Is it just a boxing match? So, but then you're taking away...
Only 3 kicks allowed.
Right, exactly. So, it'd be funny to see that worked a lot, but I'm a wrestling fan. A lot of people who aren't wrestling fans would not want to see it worked. But I don't know how you have a fair fight with those two, you know?
Were you watching wrestling when Mayweather went up against the Big Show?
No, but I've seen that match, and I found it absolutely hysterical. I love that match.
I bought wrestling, so I wasn't, you know, I watched wrestling throughout the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
You know, then I had my break, and my brother started getting into wrestling. And I actually, when I saw that was the match, I bought it just because I wanted to see what the hell that was going to be about.
Dude,
like, it made me buy the pay-per-view.
JR makes me cry laughing so hard in that match.
I don't
just
remember.
the way he calls it, and he's and then when Big Show starts pulling in like Mayweather's posse and starts giving them open-handed chops, I thought that match was more entertaining than Mayweather versus Pacquiao. So, what do you want? Entertainment? If you want a true boxing fight, okay, Mayweather, Pacquiao. But let me tell you, those boxing matches were boring as fuck because it was just Mayweather on the defense the whole time.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, you know, Mayweather. I'm not a Mayweather fan to begin with.
I don't know. What do you want? I was more entertained by Big Show and Mayweather. So
yeah, no, I'm with you. You know, because at heart, I'm a wrestling fan. Boxing is entertaining, and that's why the big debate is at home. Like, what do we want to do? And right now, I was telling Carla, there's only GA tickets available. She's like, well, if there are GA tickets available, you know, if you want to go for it, and then just meet us up later.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I might just do that. Like, I don't want. It's really hard for me to admit that I'm gonna miss an AAW show, bro. Like, I have not missed one in I don't know how long.
You haven't missed a Chicago-based one, right?
Yeah, at least the Chicago-based one.
LaSalle 1 mile.
Oh, exit coming up.
We're 10 minutes away. 3.7 miles.
And am I...
Giant truck here.
Did you see that Braxton is going to do an appearance too here? Connor Braxton, yeah. I don't know if he's going to come up with the hoverboard, but...
I think he's done with that.
I really liked it, man.
I liked it too.
But, you know, he might try going to more serious, you know, because, you know, serious wrestler or whatever. Because it was funny and it was good. I haven't seen Eddie Machete either.
No. I think Braxton just won in Iowa, or he was in like an Iowa Promotions championship match.
Oh, maybe that's what I saw.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if he's coming to LaSalle, but I know that that's probably a serious match. He probably didn't come out on a hoverboard in that match because it's for that promotion's main title. So, yeah, he's just trying to rise through those ranks. You can't do comedy forever, at least in my opinion. Like, comedy has its place, but you got to know when to be serious as well and turn it on. Actually, I think OI4K does a really good job of that. They're comedic, and then they'll kick ass and take names. So it's a good balance.
For sure.
Maybe he's shifting right now, Connor.
Yeah, dude, but I'm excited, man. Like, I can't say enough how much I've enjoyed AAW. You know, somebody tweeted an old flyer, I think, of the card. When it was in April when I went to my first show at Barrowin with Samoa Joe as the main event.
Yeah.
And it's been what 2-3 years since, and I mean I've enjoyed every show. I have no complaints Amber Moon was in that show. Well, people know now her as Amber Moon, Athena. And so yeah, I mean, it's a new venue, and we'll probably do a small recap on our way back, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, we got the energy drinks.
Right. So I took a Charlie note, and we bought 5-hour energy drinks, so we can drive back safely. You know, it's because it's safe to drink 5-hour energy drinks. All right.
And to speed up. Yeah. Thank you for listening to our first ever car podcast. I hope that you'll be able to hear us.
Right. And we went all types. We took all types of roads, literally in the car and in this podcast. So
yeah.
We talked boxing. See, we're including other sports slowly but surely. We covered soccer last time.
Right.
FYI, any soccer fans that are going to the Real Madrid versus MLS All-Stars, I got my tickets this week. Actually, my brother got them for me. I heard about that. He's a huge Real Madrid fan.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not. I'm a Barcelona guy, and we had a big loss this week. We are the Champions League.
I saw they got knocked out. I saw that.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'll be out there rooting for the MLS All-Stars. Probably betting against my brother and drinking a few beers also. So, all right. We'll talk to you guys on our way back.